If you just bought this modular automated task tracker, first of all, thank you for the support. And second of all, super excited to get you organized. It's very, very easy to use. And since you purchased the pre-built template, you have all the upgrades that I have so far already built in. So the first thing you'll do is you will see this right here. You'll click on Make a Copy. And this will bring you to a editable version just for yourself. So nobody else has access to it. It's just you. But if you look at the instructions, you'll see the current features. And this will update over time. This is just what exists based off of right now when I'm filming and releasing this portion of the module. So we have the base template, we have the priority matrix, snapshot calendar, Kanban view, parked tab, and visualizations. And shameless plug, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I go through and create different upgrades for this modular task tracker. I'm going to be adding those tutorials to my YouTube channel. So you can either build it from scratch, or maybe you'll be able to purchase the pre-built template and sync it over to your current version as well. All right, so you'll see a blank spreadsheet from the beginning. So you have dashboard, Kanban, task list, parked, combined, and so forth. Combined, you don't actually need to have visible. I just left it visible so you know it exists. So you can go ahead and hide that sheet. Same thing with the visualizations worksheet. You don't need to have it visible. You can just hide that sheet. The only thing you ever need to do here is in cell A1, you can update however far back you want to go. Let's say I only want to see everything from April of 2026, since that's when my data starts. Instead of starting on the 1st of the month, I'm going to go ahead and start on the 5th of the month. And you can see it will calculate based off of that. But regardless, let's go ahead and hide this sheet. And we can update that later if we need to. It will be blank until we start having data on the Done tab, so don't worry about that. And everything's looking perfect. Now the first thing we want to do is go to the recurring tab, and let's scroll over here to the right, and let's update this task focus. So the task focus is what types of tasks you're going to be focused on with your specific position. I personally work in revenue operations, so increased efficiency, profitability, enablement, all of these are correlated with my position. But if you work in HR or contracting or whatever the case is, your task focus are going to be different. And that's simply whatever part of your job description the tasks can be correlated with. And this can be as big or little as you want. But if you want to update, all you have to do is select the cell, put whatever you want to put, and then if you go to either of the drop downs, it will automatically add that as an option to select. And that's live in the recurring tasks as well as the task focus on the task list. So you can edit that right away. The second thing you want to do is make sure that these frequencies and day thresholds make sense to you. What we're about to do is we're going to add recurring tasks, and the frequency that we select right here is going to be correlated with the day threshold right here. So how this works is that we're going to have a last added date, and that's the last time that the task was added to the task list. The first time this will be manual, but after that it will automatically update every time that task is added, so you don't have to do anything else. It will calculate how many days it's been since the last time that was added. And then it will look up that value that you just sent, compare it to this, and see if the days since last is greater than or equal to the threshold. And this will make more sense in a second. So let's go ahead and put a daily task, for example. We'll say daily. It will always be recurring on the recurring task. I'll say clean inbox, for example. It will always be not started for the progress/status. Priority will always be recurring for the recurring tasks. If you want one day to complete the task, you can type equals today, open parentheses, close parentheses, and that will always be today's date, and it will update daily based off whatever today's date is. If you want a couple of days, so let's say we want 3 days, we can do equals today plus 3, and press enter, and then let's clear this autofill. And it will calculate 3 days from today's date. I'm filming this on April 26th, so it's showing April 29th instead. And if you want to get fancy with these, you can. All you have to do is find the formula that calculates the date. And you can use AI, or you can look at my customizations video or whatever you want to do for that. If you have a link, go ahead and add the link right here. Just make sure it's not in chip form right here. So just have the basic URL text instead. Whatever the task focus is, so let's say improve profitability. Now it's still blank until we add that last added date. So let's go ahead and add the last added date. We'll say that the day was today. You can see right here it populates 0, and it populates to add is equal to no. Reason being is 0 days is less than the threshold of 1 day. But if I were to change this to yesterday, it will say yes. And that's because it's been greater than or equal to 1 day since yesterday, and we have it set to daily. So that way it adds every single day. If I were to update this to semi-weekly, you'll see that it hits no until we hit that 3-day threshold. So if I were to put this to 3 days ago or more, so if it was 4 days ago or whatever, you'll see it flagged as yes. If it was 2 days ago, it will flag as no. So that's where this day threshold comes in. If you decide instead of quarterly being 92, you want it to be 90, you can make whatever number changes you want right there. If you want this to be a different label, go ahead and make that change. Same thing as before. If I were to change this to daily exclamation point, it will automatically update right there. The only thing is it will remove the color. So all you have to do is click on this little pencil in the right-hand corner and click right here and add whatever color you want it to be and hit done. And then it'll be back to normal. All right, so once you have these done, we'll go ahead and hop over here to the right. And for the recurring tasks to be added to your task list, you can kind of go one of two ways. One is the manual way. I don't fully recommend it, but some people might want it, so I went ahead and added it. There's a custom menu button right here called Automations, and I'm going to add some more automations as I create more modules. But you can click Add Recurring, and when you click that, it will add any recurring tasks that are ready to be added again to the bottom of your task list manually. The other way is what I do, and it automatically adds it while you sleep. But you have to create time-based triggers. But don't worry, I made it super easy for you. So all you have to do is say what days you want the trigger to be added. So for example, I work on Monday through Friday, so I'll select Monday through Friday. And then you just need to put the time. So I always recommend running it around 2 a.m. That way, the tasks are there ready for you whenever you sign in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 a.m., 2 a.m. And once you select 2 of them, you can just go ahead and drag these down, or you can type 2 a.m. every single time, it doesn't matter. So once again, this is kind of a random one-off. You do this when you set it up, or if you do want to update it. So if you work Sunday through Thursday one week, then you work Monday through Friday another week, and so forth, you can update them as much as you want. But we'll go ahead and click on this button right here called Update Recurring Triggers, and it will run this script. The first time you run it, it will say that you need a permission to run. You'll hit OK. And all this is saying that this code has not been formally vetted by all of the Google channels, so you need to give access. So we'll click on that and hit continue. Perfect. So now we'll click it one more time. It will run the script, and it should default to your time zone. So I'm in New York, so it's America, New York, aka the Eastern time zone, and the active days is 5. If you have 6 active days, it should show 6. If you accidentally didn't click on one day, it will show 4 when you want 5 and so forth, but just look at the days, make sure it matches. Now, just for your knowledge, what this just did is, if we go to extensions, app script, this is where the automation code lives. So all the code that powers the automation is in here. And if you want to update the code, I have some different text in there, but all it is really is just pointing to the correct location, and that's kind of it. But what we just did is we created triggers. So instead of going in and creating 5 different time-based triggers manually, we created 5 automatically. So if I were to go into edit trigger, we have that copy recurring task, time-driven week timer every Wednesday, 2 to 3 a.m., and it's going to notify you if it did not run successfully or if it was blank. So once again, you don't have to worry about this. This is just back in so you know what we just did. All right, before we go any further, let's go ahead and rename this. So I'll say Modular Task Tracker Setup, and that's it. So that's really all you have to do. Now let's go ahead and change this to have a yes, since I had that set to run overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and trigger this manually just so you can see exactly how this works. I'll hit Add Recurring. This will automatically be overwritten with the timestamp over right now. So you can see right here we have 0 days left. And if I go to my task list, you can see that that's pending right here. We also have a timestamp of when it was added. So I can mark this as pending. A timestamp will appear right here under task started. I can mark this as done. A timestamp will appear under task completed, and it will move to the next available empty row on my Done tab. And since I have data now, if I go to my visualizations, you should see something right here. And if you don't, you might have done what I did. So if I go to All Sheets, Visualizations Worksheet, I accidentally selected April of next year. So let's go ahead and use that pop-out calendar to select April of this year. I'll select April 6th. You can see that everything flowed through automatically based off of that one task that we completed. I'll go ahead and hide this again, and we can see the data automatically flowing through right here. On our dashboard, we have nothing pending, If I were to double click right here, change that to April 1st, make sure you're always selecting the 1st. If I go down here, I can see on the 29th, which is when the deadline was, it's automatically flagged right there. On Kanban, we have nothing pending, but completed in the last 3 days. It will show that we completed this task right here. So once again, super simple to use. All you're really doing is your tasks will be added for you. So list all your different recurring tasks as well as the frequency. For any ad hoc tasks or one-off tasks, you'll just click on type, unplanned, and you'll put the details right here. And this will always be a short summary. And the reason why you want this to be short is because that's the text that you'll see on the other portions. We'll always start with not started and select the priority. If you want to, you can add a deadline. You don't have to. So we'll say the 30th. If you want to add a link, you can add that right there. And this can be in chit form if you want. We'll put whatever the task focus is. And that's it. So now that that's there, if I go to my dashboard, we have this listed on the priority matrix. We have one task pending. And you can see right here for the 30th, we have that listed as well. On my Kanban view, we have that right here. If I were to go here and change this from not started to pending, then it will move automatically from not started to pending. And if the deadline is in the past, you'll see on the Kanban view, it's in the overdue section, and it will be in the same section that it normally would be based off of the status, but you'll see deadline in red. And just like last time, if we mark this as done, it will clear from this list and move to the bottom of the done tab. It will clear from your Kanban view. It will change colors on the snapshot, and you'll have more data on your visualizations. And it's really as simple as that. You can share this with your manager, help prioritize, you can do whatever you want with this. I always say the more visible you are in a company, the more job security you have, and the more likely you are to get promoted. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or requests for future upgrades, make sure to drop those in the comments, or you can reach me at olin@sheetsbyolin.com. Don't forget to subscribe to see future upgrades, and like and comment for more.